The dark truth behind Omegle's shutdown. This didn't need a full video. It was just full of EDPs and there's no really dark truth about it. Bro, I remember I went on the website and the owner literally said like, oh, you gotta be careful if you're younger here, you know, you might run into an old man stroking his It's not even a surprise. I think Omegle is that where I saw a male's genitalia for the first time, like in a camera, like somebody actually touching you know, like not on like a corn vid. Okay, not like, never mind, bro. I'm not even gonna, bro. I was like 11 years old. I went on that. I got traumatized for life. I should have never saw that. I should have never saw that. No surprise there. Y'all tell me right now, bro. That's not the first time you saw a dude with his stuff out. Maybe the locker room or something like that, bro. Omegle is the place. You're a victim. No, y'all are capping, bro. Y'all are capping. Y'all are straight up capping, bro. You are 11 on Cornhub. When did I say Cornhub? When the did I say that? I said Omegle. I'm not about to explain myself to you guys, okay? Can we watch this video? I'm not gonna explain myself.
On November 8th, 2023, Omegle closed its doors after 14 years of activity. Leif K. Brooks, the website's creator, posted a statement that same day addressing the reason behind the platform's sudden end. Brooks mentioned that the individuals who used the site for inappropriate purposes ultimately led to its discontinuation. I happened to interact.
And it took him 14 years. He definitely was like, hey, y'all. I gotta wait a little bit before I close, you know. I gotta wait 14 years to stack my bread. Actually, did Omegle even make money? I don't know. He definitely made some type of money from ads or something.
With the man who I believe was the final nail in the coffin for Omegle in June of 2023. Meet Mike, who you may remember from my first Catching Creeps on Omegle video, as the creepy who tried to get Ashley to take off her sweatpants before I came.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't think it was this dude specifically. You could find the average Omegle interaction, bro, would be a dude like this, bro. A girl or guy that was younger, and then he was saying some EDP.
And stopped Mike, which caused him to immediately disconnect from the call. The day I uploaded that video, I received a ton of comments from girls saying their experience with Mike. One girl wrote, guys, please read this. I have met one of the creeps on here. So a few weeks ago, I was 14, I'm 15 now. But the one who named Mike was always on the tag bored. And I remember the first time I saw him was traumatizing. Back then, I tried to be nice to everyone.
Bro, this dude is locally known by the girls on Omegle. He might actually be the reason why I got shut down. Never mind. How are you locally known? Like, she's in a comment section, bro.
And well, that was a bad idea. He kept calling me cute and pretty and repeatedly asked me if I thought he was attractive, to which my reply was that I thought he looked like a dad, and he just laughed. I wanted this guy to be exposed so much, so I asked him questions. He has a job, a wife, and a 16-year-old kid. I skipped him when he told me.
Oh, no, bro. Bro, you have a kid. I'll never understand the dudes that you have a child, bro. Son or daughter. And then you're still gonna go out and do this. Do you not just like think of if it was your son or daughter or something? Do you not ever think that? Absolute freak. He definitely got an OVO hoodie on, bro. Freaked out.
Told me he had a fetish for underwear and wanted to know what color mine were. That is very weird. I'm not going to read the rest. Another girl commented on my video and she said, I met Mike before too in the board tag.
Oh my
it was
God.
Scary as hell. I met him a few weeks ago too. It was
They're
scary as
replying,
crap.
like
At this point, it
known.
seemed like Mike had a reputation for acting creepy towards younger girls. Just 2 weeks after I posted that video, we'd end up meeting Mike again in my second Catching Creeps on Omegle video. However, Mike left the call immediately after he realized it was Ashley and I was behind her. Now, for the next few months, it seemed like Mike's days on Omegle were over and the case was closed. But the story—
Can't they just ban his IP? Why was he just going around doing this? Like, don't games ban? Okay, I was about to say games ban their hackers, but like, does the report button not work? Actually, at this point, bro, the Omegle staff probably weren't even checking the report button. They're probably getting like 100 pedo reports in like a day, and they couldn't check all of it, or 1,000.
Only gets crazier from here.
Omegle
On
doesn't
August
care.
17th, 2023,
Roblox can do
Mike's
that.
son messaged me on Instagram. And as it turns out,
No.
Mike had been lying about his identity the whole time. His real name was Matthew. The message he sent me on Instagram said, I just wanted to DM you regarding one of your videos you posted about a month ago. My dad was featured in the
Easy to
video
create an
under the
alt on
name
Omegle.
Mike. My stepmom at the time saw the video.
Bro, what do you do if you find out one of your parents is doing like some EDP shit? There's nothing to do at that point. Like, first off, if you're young, bro, you got to just like run away. There's no way. You have got to run away. And it's like, could you even run away? What if you have nothing going on? You just like keep it on the low and pretend like you don't know about it?
And now they are in the middle of a divorce. My whole family knows, and it's just been not good recently. I know it's your job, but if you could do something about the video, removing it would be the best option for me and my family. People at my school know about it, and I don't want to go back to school and get made fun of for it. Matt's son also sent me a picture of him and his father, just to prove he was not lying. Aside from his kid, Matthew's second cousin messaged me on Instagram. She said, "The guy that you guys caught twice in your Omegle videos is quite literally my second cousin. My dad got sent this video today, and I've been digging into this more for him before we take action. Are you able to send me the whole screen grab of him? Or if you see him again, can you let me know?" We are
You know what, W family though, cause like, bro, some families, y'all know what's crazy, bro? Some families do not give a like their son. Yeah, I'm not gonna say who, but there's literally like, I know this dude, right? He basically got exposed as an EDP, and his family's still cool with him, pretty much. His family's still cool with him. Like, that's just very...
You ever had one of them days where everything seems to go wrong? I mean, you're just trying to grab a cup of coffee and BAM! You're tangled in a pile of boxes because the shelf is broken. And just like that, I realized sometimes accidents at work are more than just funny stories. They can actually change everything. Trying to handle a workplace injury on your own? It's like trying to fix the broken shelf yourself. More chaos, more headaches, and there's no guarantee that you'll get what you deserve. You got paperwork, insurance calls, and someone always telling you to wait. It's enough to make you wish you had a secret weapon. But here's the thing, there's a team of people that fights for people just like you. For over 35 years, Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, has been winning cases when everybody else said it couldn't be done. In Florida, someone got $12 million after a work accident, even though the insurance was ready to offer just $350,000. In Pennsylvania, a worker was awarded $26 million, which was 40 times the initial offer. These are not just numbers. They're real victories for real people, all thanks to the team that fights hard for justice. More than 1,000 attorneys across all 50 states, like a legal squad ready to jump into action. Yeah. They've recovered over $25 billion for clients. And they have a long history of helping workers get what they're owed. Because when you're injured at work, you shouldn't have to go at it alone. You can just click the link below or the QR code that's on your screen. No endless waits or confusing forms. Just a quick way to start protecting your rights today. So if you had an accident on the job, do not risk doing it alone. You can check out Morgan & Morgan, because even in the toughest workplace accidents, a strong team makes all the difference. And trust me, there's a reason why they're America's largest injury law firm. It's because they fight for the people just like you.
Very weird, you know.
Disgusted and want to do something about this. So any help you can provide or any additional info would be great. To make matters worse, a detective from a police department in Matt's area also contacted me. He said,
"I am reaching out to you because of an investigation I am involved in, and a video that you uploaded to YouTube involving the subject of my investigation.
Does he have
the video
proof
was
though
forwarded
that
to
these
me
people
from
are
a few
like
different people in our community
actually
identifying a subject in one of your catching creeps on Omegle videos, and that subject is a part of a separate investigation. I believe your video would be beneficial to my investigation."
At this time, many of Matt's family members had reached out to me, asking if the videos were real because they were in disbelief. Unfortunately, I had to confirm to them that the recordings were not staged or fake. I guess Matt told his family members that he was an actor and we paid him to do it. Then one day, out of nowhere, I received a call. I answered it and it was Matt on my personal phone. Somehow he got my...
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This dude is reaching treacherous areas. How does this guy even know him? How does he know his number? How does he know all this?
My personal number, so I instantly went on my computer and pressed record.
Oh, he got him. Oh, GG's.
Yes, hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, yeah, hi, how are you?
Oh, not a pic with the wife, bro. Not the Gen X pic with the wife or whatever. It's always this like angle. I don't know why. It's always the same angle.
Not very good, and I'm just going to say something real quick. I'm in a bad area, so if I'm going through a bunch of trees. I'm in a back road or something right now.
I just wanted to talk. I just wanted to apologize for everything that's happening right now.
I know that my son has reached out to you, and I appreciate you taking the time to actually listen to what he has to say.
I just wanted to talk and just see what's like going on.
I'm getting a divorce. My entire life is ruined. That's all I have to say.
Were we supposed to be like, no, bro, not Matt's life? No, guys. Oh my God, Matt's life is ruined. Oh, no, bro. No, Matt. Man, get the out of here, bro. You deserve extra. I hope he goes to prison. Genuine.
In our brief conversation, he mentioned that
don't
his
feel
life
sorry
was
for you,
ruined
man?
and he's going through a divorce. However, this situation got even more concerning when the FBI got involved. They wanted to make sure the video was not staged or fake in any way. I was getting
That just shows the FBI really be paying attention to what you say, like online and stuff. Yeah, I gotta be careful because I really be joking about tax evasion too much. I'm not gonna lie, they might just come up to me one day and just be like, "Hey, we're gonna get." They might get me one day. I don't know.
calls from random numbers. I would pick up the phone and they would say, "Hey, I'm with the FBI," and request the raw footage. Unfortunately, I didn't even have the raw footage as I got a new computer. It was kind of scary when the FBI just was calling me every day at one point. Matthew had been trying to lie his way out of this nightmare. He was claiming I hired him as an actor and that it was all fake. The news of Matt's suspicious behavior spread like wildfire all around the city of Valparaiso, Indiana, where Matt resides. Now, individuals in Matthew's community started giving tips to the FBI. It ultimately led to an entire investigation around Matthew. This resulted in Matthew being arrested October 6, 2023. That same day, the Times of Northwest Indiana released an article titled, "Valpo Man Charged with a Girl Who Found It Easier to Write Than Discuss Allegations." 53-year-old Matthew Manowski had been a girl from ages 9 to 11 between December 2020 and July 2023. These tragic events took place once or twice a week at one point. It occurred.
Bro, y'all, this is a perfect example. I'm gonna go off track, but like, yo, y'all don't understand how many creepy dudes there be on the internet, bro. How silent they are and stuff. How like absolutely silent they are. They don't say nothing. Or if they are, they're like literally on the Omegles or whatever, and you can't really trace them. It's scary, bro. That's why I'm never like, bro, when I have a kid, I'm never posting them. I'm gonna have to hide their face at all times, bro. Cause like dudes just be weird, bro.
Multiple times per month. Matthew, who the girl referred as
son or daughter, bro, I don't care. It does not matter.
While her family members were home. Although he had no biological connection to his victim, the girl told authorities, "I think at one time we were at the dining table and I was sitting on his lap and it was kind of like under and hidden." The girl also told police that Matt would usually start by rubbing her shoulders. I'm not going to discuss any further. It's very, very disgusting. Worst of all is what Matt said about the accusations towards him before the authorities got involved. "If I ever did anything she didn't like, she would have told me to stop." Now, I vividly remember this day. I was at the airport and I remember seeing all the articles being made on him, but they were not saying why he was arrested. I thought it had something
That's literally like the average molesting pedo fucking weirdo, bruh, response. Should have said to stop or something like that. Bro, you a grown ass man with kids, bro. Yo, let me see this dude in public and I'm about to be in jail, bro.
Do with Omegle, but it turns out the reason they looked into him was because of my videos. I assume people knew he had a very weird behavior in his community. He was a football coach, which means everyone in his community knew him. That day, Matthew was booked.
Bro, I'm telling you, the coaches, yo, that coach trope is not false. That coach trope is actually not false, like, at all, bro. It'd be scary, bro. It'd be scary. Tom, it's scary when you realize these are living, breathing human beings. They live a whole life. They have parents that's procreated. I already know, bro. It's crazy.
Booked at the Porter County Jail for a felony charge of child. His current legal status is unknown, but I assume he will be behind bars for a very long time. Once this story gained attention from the media and community, it wouldn't be much longer until Omegle met its demise. As a month after Matthew's arrest, the infamous Omegle shutdown occurred. This marked the end of one of the internet's most iconic websites, Omegle. It is currently unknown if he actually was the reason behind this. Many YouTubers in the community were just posting catching creeps on Omegle videos, and Omegle spiked in popularity after that. It became a trend to catch creeps on Omegle. I can only assume Leaf K. Brooks, the website's creator.
Honestly, at this point, bro, you could do the same shit on Kick. you could do the same shit on Kick, bro. Kick is about to be the new Omegle eventually. It has to be.
Started seeing these videos, Omegle was going viral for the wrong reason. This whole story is insane to me. I actually made a video covering this 9 months ago. At that time, I could not speak on the entire situation, and I still can't. I'm saying what I can say. Everything is alleged. Now, as you guys may know, Omegle is not completely gone. There's another website called OmeTV. It's basically the same exact thing as Omegle. I'm making these catching creeps on Omegle videos on OmeTV now. And still every day there are terrifying creeps on there. Now I have a story very similar to this that actually occurred recently. I cannot speak much on it, but I will be releasing a full video on it soon. To give you a quick rundown, we caught a man named Charles on Omegle. He was talking to underage girls and we caught him over 11 times. We used different girls because he knew Ashley's face and he knew not to be a creep to her.
11 times. 11 times. That's what I'm saying, bro. I feel like for these predators, bro, these pedos, like whenever they come out, it's crazy, bro. There's a bunch of crimes people do. People will rob, people will goddamn, I don't know, assault somebody, something like that. But they won't be like a repeat offender. Like they'll get out of jail or whatever and they'll try to get a stable life. Bro, all the pedos, bro, you notice, all these, they always end up doing the same crime again, bro. They stay doing the same shit. They're never changed, bro. So it's almost they're never changed, like ever, bro. You never see it. Like we need to change the punishment laws, bro. Make them longer.
It led to the point where his mother called me asking for help. He is 32 years old. I'm not going to speak much on this right now, but in the future I will be releasing another video on this. It's almost crazier than this story. Now I actually want to circle back on the real reason Omegle was shut down. There's a conspiracy saying that Omegle was dead and that was the reason why it shut down, which is not true. Omegle actually had its highest monthly visitors in the month of October 2023 in all of its 14 years of existing.
Damn.
So clearly relevance is not why it got shut down. The site was more active than ever. When you search on Google, why
and that's the problem. It was more active than ever. The pedos were more active than ever on the streets. Just looking on the virtual streets.
Omegle shut down? It states, Omegle, a website that connected strangers for video chats, has shut down after a lawsuit accused of blank. Founder Leif K. Brooks announced the closure Wednesday in a lengthy statement posted to the website that touched on what he saw as positives about the platform and the future of the internet. Leif K. Brooks, the website's creator, stated himself, operating Omegle is no longer sustainable, financially or physiologically, and how he was fighting to prevent it from being misused. I can see why he did shut it down. He probably had a lot of guilt.
Damn, I feel bad. The owner probably had like good intentions. He's like, oh wow, we'll connect people all over the world from different places, from Asia, Africa, America. Surely this won't go wrong in any type of way, and we'll have friendly conversations and you can meet all different types of people around the world and nothing will ever happen. And then 14 years later, bro. All I imagine is like his face is like that depressed Wojak, bro. The depressed Wojak, just looking at the camera. Just ashamed with what he's created. He's like looking at his creation like Oppenheimer, nigga.
On Omegle, there was a lot of creeps. And if I owned a website like that, I would feel guilty if I was the one that owned it. I definitely see how he felt and why he shut the website down. But unfortunately, creeps will always be on the internet and there's really nothing we can do to prevent it. The closest thing that we can do to try to prevent it is by exposing these creeps and showing who.
But isn't it, okay. Isn't it worse when you expose them on the internet? Because like when you expose them, they can't get arrested legally, right? Or can they still? Because that was a problem with EDP. EDP couldn't get arrested because they did the video or whatever and they messed up the report or whatever. So like, can they still get arrested after this, after they get exposed?
Really are. It deserves to be out there on the internet. Leif K. Brooks actually made the website when he was only 18 years old. He was living with his parents in Vermont and he founded Omegle in 2009. Now, of course, when he was making this website 15 years ago, he had no clue what would happen. There was creeps on there probably the day it came out. Another article I found states, Omegle has had a long problematic history of abuse issues. In August, a man was sentenced to 16 years in prison after admitting to chatting with approximately 1,000 under.
Bro, I don't know 1,000 people. I don't know 1,000 people. I promise you, I do not know 1,000 people. I don't even know how do you pull these numbers? And how do they specifically set out to the person was a minor? Like, the fact that they have these numbers is probably double that, too. It's like with serial killers or whatever. Because you can only track only some of them. And a lot of them, they keep hidden or whatever. The fact that they track this sick person, guillotine.
Girls, and I'm not going to read the rest of it. It does not say any names in that article, but I am very curious if Matthew was the actual reason. Now, before Omegle got shut down, they had a lawsuit going on for $22 million involving an girl. So there are plenty of cases like Matthew's. I've wanted to make this video for a very long time, but I couldn't. Now I can finally speak on what allegedly happened with Matthew. Unfortunately, there's even more creeps on the new website OmeTV, and the only thing that we can do right now is bring light to it to hopefully prevent any cases.
I wonder if I go on there, like, just go on there, pretend like I'm a kid or some shit, and then just see what they say. Like one of those old creepy dudes or whatever with his camera up like this, like the angles like this. Just say I'm 14 and then just see what they say. Just see what they say, bro. Say, they don't be giving a they be shooting at everybody. Every single person they see. Everybody.
This is similar to this. I'm going to continue making these videos. I genuinely do enjoy them, but in the future, OmeTV might get shut down for this same
Definitely
reason.
getting banned at 0.5
it's been
seconds.
up for years and it has not shut down. So I guess we can only use our minds to think what will happen. Again, everything is alleged in this video, and I will continue making these videos. Thank you guys for all your support.
Thank you, man. That was a good video. This is like almost a PSA. All right, it's a PSA. Just be careful. You feel me? You're younger on Omegle or whatever. Don't meet up. Do I even have to say don't meet up with anybody from Omegle? If you meet up with anybody from Omegle in real life, you're dumb as okay? You're dumb as but yeah, if you're watching this on the tube, join the Discord.